Welcome to Math Mini Lessons. I'm Sarah, and today we're breaking down subtraction with negative integers. Because how do you even subtract negative 8 from 7? And what does negative 16 minus negative 5 even mean? Well, we're going to make sense of these expressions and figure out a way to find the difference when working with any negative number. So with that, we're going to jump right into today's lesson. Before we go into our teacher models, we're going to learn a new term, additive inverse. And this means to subtract by adding its opposite. Super useful when we have to subtract with negative numbers. So there are two things. You just have to remember the term additive just means to add, and inverse means its opposite. So we're going to add the opposite. I'm going to show you why we actually do this. Imagine these two scenarios. If I have 7 minus 4 and 7 minus negative 4. If I was doing this on a number line, I know I have 7, and to subtract 4 would just mean to move to the left 4 times to get to 3. Makes sense. However, if I do the same thing, I have 7, and I'm subtracting negative 4, does it make sense that I'm going to have the exact same answers? I mean, really think about it, Math Marbles. Should this 7 minus 4 give us the same result as 7 minus negative 4? No, doesn't make sense. It is not true. This is not how we would solve this problem. And as a little kid, I really struggled to understand then how do I model this? So what I am telling you today is when we subtract negative numbers, what we are actually doing is adding. So when we do minus 4, minus 4, what we are really doing is adding 4 to get to 11 because we should get a different answer. Now, I don't expect us to draw this as a number line each and every time. Matter of fact, it would take us a lot of time if we did that. So what we can do is rewrite our expressions to turn them into addition problems that we can solve, since we know that adding integers makes a little bit more sense to us than subtracting. I'll show you what I mean. Let's erase this for a minute, and we're going to use those two steps for additive and inverse. So my first number stays the same, and instead of subtracting, we're going to turn to additive and inverse, the inverse of the second number. So in this case, it's 7 plus negative 4. And if you think about your manipulatives again, when you had your counters, you know you're going to have some 0 pairs. Some of them are going to become 0 pairs, and you're going to be left with 3. So that makes sense. We're going to do the same thing with the second problem, because even this one on the side, you could have solved it. You didn't have to change it. But for this, changing it is going to help. So we're going to change it to 7 plus, the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. That is something we know how to solve. 7 plus 4 is going to give us 11. So there you have it, Math Marbles. We can rewrite any subtraction problem into an addition problem so that we can solve it. And the more I think about it, that means I could also turn any addition problem into a subtraction problem if need be. Interesting thought. So we're going to pause there so you can jot this down in your notes, and we're going to use these two steps, additive inverse, to rewrite our subtraction problems when we have negative numbers. Let's jump into our teacher example. Today's two models both have to do with some subtraction, and that means we're going to use some additive inverse. So let's start with this first one. Point S is at negative 4. So let's underline that. And point T is 8.5 units away. What could represent point T, and what are the what's possible with this? Okay, so let's draw a number line, and let's put in here's point S. And it's at negative 4. And we know that T is 8.5 away. It could be 8.5 this way. It could be 8.5 this way. Those are two very different problems. If we go to the right, we know we're adding. If we go to the left, we are subtracting. So we have two very different problems here. So let's model this out. Let's do the first one, which is the addition one on the right. If we were to add 8.5. We're familiar with this. So essentially we would have negative 4 plus 8.5. And again, we're adding with positive and negative integers. So again, they are different. So when they are different, we're going to find the absolute value and find the difference. So that's the same as saying 8.5 minus 4, which will give us 4.5. So I know my final answer is 4.5, and just think for a minute. Does it make sense that I would have more positive or more negative? Clearly my answer is positive 4.5 because I have more positive than negative. So it could be that point T is at positive 4.5. That is one possibility. Now another thing could happen. I could subtract 8.5. So that could also happen, which would give me the number sentence or the expression -4 minus 8.5. We're going to use additive inverse. So additive is step 1, inverse step 2. So I'm going to change this to an addition problem. And then we're going to think, what is the inverse of 8.5? It's not just this. This turned into a positive sign to add. What is the opposite of 8.5? So that is just a negative 8.5. All right, so it's really, really important that this minus sign goes down to a positive. I know it's weird. Positive, negatives, and minuses look exactly the same. So we're going to have to use some rationality to this. How do I know that it was not a -8? Because it would have been rewritten as negative minus -8.5, which doesn't make sense. It's not what we saw there. So I'm going to just erase that, but we're going to look out for those. And now that they're the same, we're going to add them up because my answer is just becoming more negative. So they're all the same. They're coming together. And now I just have -12.5, a more negative number. So T could also be -12.5. And those are the two possibilities for T, positive 4.5 or -12.5. Take a few moments, hit pause, and jot this down in your notes. All right, let's go to our next example. Write an equivalent expression. Ooh, I love these. Write an equivalent expression for -8 3/10 minus -12 9/10. So you see here's a case where you have a minus and a negative. Then you can see both of them, and they use parentheses to them so it doesn't look like this. You have to have that parentheses in between them. It's just good math. All right, so we want an equivalent expression, another way of doing this. So we're going to use additive inverse. And so we keep the first one the same. And we're going to turn this subtraction expression to a positive. And the opposite of -12 9/10 is just 12 9/10. There we go. Now it's an addition problem. We know how to solve these. And you're going to think, this is silly because they're different. So I still have to find the difference. And you would be correct. So they are different. Find the difference. We'll use the absolute values of both. I'm going to stack because I have numbers with decimals here. So 12 9/10, 8 3/10. Remember, I'm using the absolute value so that I can subtract them. And I have 4 6/10 as an answer here. So now again, you got to think, which is it going to be, positive or negative? Because I've created a whole bunch of 0 pairs. And it's going to be positive because these are going to completely cancel out. I'm not going to have enough negative, so my final answer is going to be positive. Let's put that in. Positive 4 6/10. I'm going to put a little positive sign right there so we have it. Hopefully that makes sense. Please ask all the questions if you're still stuck or you have some thoughts before getting to practice. And we'll pause here so you can jot this down and ask those questions to your teacher.